On Sundays, we make bagels. This Sunday, we are making the best high protein bagels you have ever tried. Look at these, how beautiful. Stick around, let's make it. Good morning, guys. It's Sunday, and on Sundays, we make bagels. But this week, we're doing something different. I'm going to make some high protein bagels. I guarantee you, these are the best high protein bagels you're ever going to have. Okay. Yes, we're using yeast. Yes, we're doing it the long way. Will it be worth it? 100%.
So I'm starting with a half cup of warm water. Like, it should be warm where it's warm to the finger, but not burning. Okay. 2.5 teaspoons of yeast. I'm just using quick rise yeast. Any yeast will do. Gonna add it for warm water. Or if you're using the packs, it's 1 full packet. And then I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons of sugar. That's gonna feed the yeast to make it nice and bubbly and give it a nice taste. Okay, now we're gonna take this and set this aside for like 5 minutes or so the yeast can activate. Okay, while our yeast is activating, we're gonna go in with about 3.5 cups of flour. Gonna mix all our dry ingredients. I have in here about 6 tablespoons of hemp hearts. This is going to add about 25 grams of protein to our dough. Some salt to your liking, maybe like, I don't know, a couple teaspoons or so. Okay, now that our yeast is activated, it should be nice and bubbly on top, right? I'm going to add our Greek yogurt into our wet mixture. Give it a little mix. And you can see all those bubbles on top. That's what's going to make our high protein bagel taste like an actual bagel. Wet ingredients into dry. And now we're just going to incorporate this very gently before we put it on our stand mixer. Now that our dough is nice and shaggy, we're going to put it on our stand mixer. If you don't have a stand mixer, sorry. Okay, we got a helper with us, and we're taking a look at our dough. Pretty stretchy, so we're going to take it out and knead it for a little bit by hand. But after about 10 minutes, this is what it looks like. So really, it shouldn't stick to your bowl too much. Then we're just going to give it a knead by hand. I would say like 3 or 4 minutes until it's a nice, like, smooth dough, okay? Or you can let the little one do it, whatever, but just knead it for a bit. Okay, now that our dough is like a nice smooth dough, like a nice round ball, this is fairly clean, so I'm just going to put a little bit of oil on the bottom so it doesn't stick. Then we're going to place this in a nice warm spot. I have a breadproof setting on my oven, but if you don't, just turn on the oven light, leave it in there for like, covered for like an hour and a half, till it's doubled in size. We'll be back after.
Okay, our bagels have risen. It's been about an hour. You might need to leave yours a little bit longer if you don't have a bread proof. So that's what it looks like. It more than doubled in size. Okay, now it should be like a nice smooth dough ball. I'm gonna try and get 8 pieces out of this, even though it looks like I might be able to get 12, honestly. Let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, we got 8. Okay. Now we're going to roll them out into little circles. So this is what I like to do. Just fold it, everything together. Right? Tuck it in. And make yourself a little ball. Okay, now that we got our circles, we're just gonna make a little hole in the center. And stretch. See? Like, you want to make the hole a little bit bigger than you think it's going to be, because once it gets boiled and put in the oven, it's going to puff up and this is going to become smaller. You can make it perfect. I really don't care to make mine perfect. You don't need to fill up the whole pot. This is about enough. Okay, now that our water is boiling, we're going to add a little bit of baking soda. Just a little bit. Let that do its thing. Oh yes, look at our bagels so far. See how they puffed up so nice? Turn this down. In the meantime, I'm going to preheat my oven to 450 degrees. Now we're going to gently drop these in here for about 45 seconds each. So I like to just pick it up gently and gently, and gently plop it in like so. So about 30 seconds per side. Now we're going to transfer it right back to our parchment paper. And while it's still wet, you can season it. I'm just doing some Italian style seasoning. Usually I like to do everything bagel, but I'm out right now. And you're doing it wet because it'll stick on there better. You guys, I know my video is very shaky. I'm filming with a 3-year-old. She is the director. So if you have a problem with it, take it up with her, okay? These are going to go in the oven for about 450 for about 18 minutes, and then we can eat it. Okay, I think our bagels are ready. Ah! Hot. Don't do that. Oh, yes. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Aren't those the best high-protein bagels you've ever seen? Look at how beautiful those look. Okay, now comes the moment of truth. Let us cut into it. It's still very hot. Maybe I should have waited 5 more minutes. I know Gigi wants to eat it. Ah, very hot. Don't be like me. Wait a few minutes first. Okay, now this is a bagel. I know I like the bagels, but the real test is if the family likes the bagels.
We're gonna see.
Best ones yet. Description is down below. Let me know if you try it out. Okay, bye. See you next week, guys.